Right, here is the Google chart that we have talked about, and we had talked about this now for the last week. And basically, Google is putting in what we call a bottom right along with a lot of equities. As the indexes try to put in a bottom, individual equities of leadership. We talk about leadership. Leadership within the different sectors and the leadership in the internet sector. How these stocks are trying to put in a bottom. Apple's trying to put a bottom in. Amazon's trying to put a bottom in. Priceline trying to put a bottom in. The low on Priceline, 201.98. What a nice buy. What a beautiful move up off the lows. Just that simple. It's the first day that we have seen where stocks are trying to put in what we call this very low volume move. What does it mean? It means obviously that the sellers have backed off in the beaten down internet sector, and there's lots of other sectors here that I will show that are beaten down. And basically, that was that 3-week selling event that happened in January. And today is February 3rd. And as we kind of scour around here, we take a look at oil services. They're not the leadership today. But let's take a look at some of the S&P banking. And neither is the S&P banking either. These are the sectors. You can see the net changes here on these areas. So where is it? Where is the broader, lighter move in indices? Let's take a look at that gold and silver area. It's not there either. There's lots of areas that aren't performing, and what we like is a very broad-based performer. Retail is not performing today. We talked about how retail was a short, and basically when we look around in these areas, we look at the casino sector. It's not performing. So what is the major part of the actual performer? NASDAQ Biotech. Let's take a look in here. Very mixed bag. Let's take a look at natural gas. That's not very good because of what Mr. Obama said. Oil services. We already know that a lot of money's not there. The thing about a good market putting in a very good bottom, let's look at fertilizers, is that you want to see the broader indices or sectors all performing with a buy program. In the transportation sector, we did a very good special on the Dow. Transports, they're not really the ones moving the market either. So basically, as we kind of go through here and do our walk around, it's called Walk Around Wall Street. Semiconductors, let's take a look at the Philly Semiconductor Index. What we're not seeing is we're not seeing any big buying here. Basically, semiconductors, it's a mixed bag there. Let's take a look at the airlines. No good here, all red. So as we do our walk around Wall Street, let's take a look at the Morgan Stanley Consumer Index. Very mixed bags, so the buying's not there. But now let's go to that technology trade. Let's go to the CBO Internet as I let it load up here. Here's a technology index called the TXX.X, and it's a mixed bag in there. Here's the Credit Suisse First Boston Technology Index, and it's somewhat of a mixed bag in there. Computer technology, it's, well, you know, it's not the greatest thing. It's not what we want. Here's the Dow Jones Internet Conference. You got stuff in here like eBay and Google, and, well, there's a little bit brighter picture there. Let's take a look at the hardware area. The hardware area, well, they're nibbling in the hardware area. Let's look at the GSTI internet sector. This is where Amazon, eBay, CheckFree, Netflix is in here, Yahoo's in here. A little bit more of an area in here because that internet sector had been beaten down so bad that people think that they can find a price or a deal, and so we can see where people have been hunting around. Here's multimedia networking, and we can see a little bit of buying in there. Let's take a look at the Morgan Stanley. Let's take a look at their internet index. They got Apple in here, Akamai, which is a good company. They got Baidu in here. This is where they've been buying, in the internet sector. And that's where the strength is. Why is it? Because it's been beaten down. But the problem is you are not getting a broad-based buy program in the overall market. And that's something to be concerned about. Morgan Stanley has a technology index as well, and Apple is in this one here. And parts of the technology area, you're getting a little bit of bid, but you're not getting broad-based buying on these things the way that we would like, because we're not. And when we look around in the healthcare sector today, the Morgan Stanley Healthcare Index, it's red, so we're not getting anything out of there. I can tell you where the majority of the buying is. Let's take a look at the Standard & Poor's S&P 100. It's mixed, but then again, I'm not seeing enough green on the tape. S&P 500 versus the 100 I just showed. Once again, I'm seeing a lot of red. I am not seeing enough green as broad-based buying. It's not there. So that makes me very suspicious of these markets. S&P Mid-Cap 400. It's a very mixed bag. I am not seeing enough buying in the broader market because I'm not. I have seen where people have tried to buy in the internet sector today. And even that buy program is on a very light volume. So here is the small cap. And look at the small cap. There's just too much red. There's no broad buy. You want to see buying in small cap. As a matter of fact, you want to see buying in all of them. You don't want to see this little wimpy light volume move. Dow Jones. Let's take a look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average. There's not enough here moving that. That's not a lot of buying. Dow Jones Internet Index. Well, once again, there's the Dow Jones Index. You got at least a little bit of a better thing. And here's the full transports. That lead market tire that I did specials on. Not seeing enough buying. And that makes it very suspicious to me. And let's take a look at the Reits. These are called the Dow Equity Reits. And they're equity Reits. And they're all red. And there's not enough buying there. People aren't wanting to go there. So in the automobile parts, global automobile parts, let's take a look at that. Well, not very good picture there either. Global auto manufacturers, that's your car dealers and whatnot, you got a little bit better of a picture there along with the internet. And basically, I'm not seeing enough volume buying. And that will conclude our walk around Wall Street for the day. I will show the commodity area. This is your commodity plays in this index. I'm not seeing enough buying there. None at all. And the energy, all red. Yesterday it was up. Today it's down. So I'm not seeing Morgan, and here's the oil, Morgan Stanley Oil Services. Got too much red, not enough buying. So commodities aren't leading the way. There's a very mixed bag, very low light volume conviction across the board. Welcome to www.stockmarketfunding.com. Call us at 702-685-0772 if you too want to learn how to master the market. Thank you for watching the video and walking around Wall Street. We take many walks around Wall Street on a daily basis.